Hey there, booze fans. Round two, barrel two for my latest trip to Wild Turkey. This one is called Umami. Umami, which, if you don't know, is the word that the Japanese came up with for a sort of a sixth sense, the sense of texture. And when Drew and I tried this barrel, I felt that it had a lot of weight on the tongue. And I was trying to figure out, how do I describe this? And my brain was like, viscosity? No, that doesn't sound right. That sounds like motor oil. Thick? No. And we're going and we're choosing other barrels, but the whole time, some part of my brain, one little hamster is like, we could get this. And so, just as we were finishing up, boop, Umami popped in my head. So here we go. I didn't do any of this for popcorn, but I know there's a lot of booze geeks out there that like to know the little details. So this from Warehouse B, fourth floor. Okay? And it was distilled in 2011 and barreled in 2020. So here we go. Again, we start with the color. Beautiful amber color. You know that it's got some age on it. Nose. So on this one versus the popcorn, we're getting a lot more baking spices. We're not getting that big blast of caramel. So, right away, this is a whole different animal, which is the joy of the single barrel, right? The difference between a single barrel and the regular bottle that you see on the shelf, a regular bottle you see on the shelf is a blend of 150 or more barrels. And the reason they do that is because they want every single one to taste the same. They want to be a model of consistency. So whether you're buying a bottle in Minnesota or Hawaii, right, it's going to taste exactly the same. So the beauty of the single barrel is if you do it right and you select a great one, then you're going to get completely unique properties that still show off the features of that distillery, but are specific and unique to the barrel that you selected. All right, first sip. You see, there it is. It's just bathing my tongue in spices, right? Almost savory. There is a little sweetness there, but it's just allspice and coriander and, black pepper. And, right, popcorn was light. It just caramel right across the tongue. This sits, hangs, lingers. It's chewy. You really feel like there's something in there, right? Not light in body. And when I take these sips, tasting sips, what I do is I pretend that I'm drinking through one of those tiny little coffee stirrers, because I just want to get enough to cover my tongue. And this is what allows me to taste almost as many barrels as I want without getting too much palate fatigue. I know people do the Kentucky Chew and the German guy swishes his whiskey around in his mouth like a madman. They've got their style. I've got mine. This works for me. You've got to find your own style. So now what we're going to do, this has a little more heat on it than the popcorn does, even though they're 110 proof. What we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of water. So this is the trick that I learned from Dr. Bill Lumsden, the distiller for Glenmorangie and Ardbeg. Literally going to put your finger in the water and then drop that amount into your glass. And just a little bit of water changes the nose, it changes the taste, right? You know, I don't know all the science behind it, but I know that there's a shift in the type of congeners, flavor molecules that you're getting from just a little bit of water. Now, when you put ice in, that's like adding a wrecking ball. Now, it might work for you, you might love it, but now we're talking about a huge dramatic shift in flavors, right? So I greatly prefer adding water to my whiskey over ice. So now I'm getting a very soft, delicate nose now that the water's added, right? I'm not getting, there were traces of ethanol going up the nose before, not unpleasant, but now it's just like you just want to live inside of there. And so now what you're getting is still getting all that weight, but you're getting just a back end explosion of spices. It just climbs. It's using your tongue as a ramp. We're just going right up the tongue and then boom. And it's really, really wonderful. And I'm very proud of it. And I'm very proud of the name. I feel like this lives up to the Umami moniker. And somebody today at the store asked me if I thought it would make a great Manhattan. And I think it would make a fucking amazing Manhattan. And I can't wait to hear his review of it. So these barrels go fast. So don't sleep on it. Come by, check it out. And if you do sleep on it, don't worry. I'll pick some more. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this off camera.